Hello everybody, and welcome to Noise in a Book. Today I am going to be reviewing Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. A member of a local parish council passes away, which leaves an open seat. And this provides a catalyst for so many things in this town going wrong. What I love about it most isn't necessarily the plot line, although it is very intricate and very interesting. My favorite thing is the characters. No one is perfect unless they are dead, or unless you don't know anything about them. There are really only two characters in this book that could be considered 100% good, that don't have any faults. And that is the dead councilman and one of the husbands, Vikram, who just, you don't see him much, except for the fact that he's a character's husband. There are characters you root for, but their flaws are still very present and very important. And I've always loved that so much about this book. It's so realistic. These characters are so wrapped up in their own emotions, it's very hard for them to reach out to other characters and really understand what's going on. These characters are very bad at empathy. They don't understand how other characters work because they're not willing to put themselves in those other characters' shoes. And yes, in a lot of cases, that's because there's so much going on. And she does handle a lot in this book. She handles income disparity and poverty, and she handles addiction, and she talks about mental illness. There are two characters in this book, one that suffers from severe anxiety and one who suffers from severe depression. A character that you would really consider to be the best because she's a doctor and she's fighting for what's right. She even openly admits to herself the only reason she cares at all about these drug addicts and these poor people is because her friend did. My only problem with this book is that it really takes a while to get into things. I'd say the first 75 pages deals strictly with introducing all the characters so that you know who is who and how they relate to other people. Yes, it is a very thick book. It's over 500 pages, but there's not really anything you could take out. Because if you took any one character out, then you wouldn't be getting the whole story. You wouldn't be seeing everybody's worldview. You wouldn't be seeing everyone's perspective on all these different things that are going on. I love that she faces head-on addiction, specifically heroin addiction in this book, which is one of the hardest to battle. People who go through opiate withdrawals often talk about it's not about your body needing the drug, it's about your body honestly feels that they cannot live without it, that life is not worth living without it, and it spirals you into this depression. So it's not easy to get over, but everyone who is looking at it and who doesn't want this addiction clinic or these poor people in their city, all they can talk about is, well, then why don't they just stop doing drugs? Even the characters that you find yourself rooting for, like Crystal, one of the teenagers who's from a very poor side of town, there is so much hope inside of her that you see as the reader that she does not see as the character. Hey, who is the social worker that works with Crystal's family. Every scene I see her in, I adore her, except when she's with her boyfriend, because she just puts up with his crap. Everybody has a blind spot. Everybody has faults and flaws and is complicated. And you can't always explain why they act that way. And that's just human psychology. I also love J.K. Rowling's writing and the worlds that she builds because everything is so clear visually to me, and I love having a very clear visual picture. And I'm just going to read this short little paragraph from the very beginning of the book so you don't have to worry about any spoilers. They drove down Church Row, the steeply sloping street where the most expensive houses stood in all their Victorian extravagance and solidarity. Around the corner by the mock Gothic church where he had once watched his twin girls perform Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and across the square where they had a clear view of the dark skeleton of the ruined abbey that dominated the town's skyline, set high on a hill, melding with the violet sky. I love the imagery in this book. I love how she has this old, decrepit abbey sitting on top of the hill, looking over everything like some dead, forgotten god who's given up on all these people. I love the family that lives on the house on top of the hill, or these two screwed up kids and their wuss of a mother and their abusive father. She really turns small town society on its head and shows you that not everything is as simple as we would like it to be. I decided to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love Casual Vacancy. Like I said, it's a little bit slow to start. That's really the only thing that keeps it from being a 5-star for me. I feel like this book is good to go back to for me every once in a while to remind me that not only do I need to be more understanding of human beings around me, sometimes I also need to be a little bit more forgiving to myself. Sometimes I hold myself to too high of a standard. And while it's always good to continue to work on our imperfections and to always try to be kinder and better and smarter, no one is perfect, and perfection is an unrealistic goal. That's always what I get out of this book. It's not about being perfect. It's about being kind. And that's what changes people's life. And that's what makes the world better. And that's what makes us better as people. 4 out of 5 stars. Catalog it on your to-be-read list. Put it on the list. Get it on there. If you haven't read this, read it. When I first read this coming out of the Harry Potter series, I didn't like it that much. And it was because I was going into a book expecting hope and love and joy, and love is our greatest weapon, and anything is possible with your best friends at your side. And that's not this. That is why I love Casual Vacancy. I hope you like it too. If you like contemporary fiction, if you like books that are very complicated and are very much about the characters, if you like reading books that challenge you to think outside of your current situation, this is a fantastic book. So I am back on reading A History of Rome, and I am hoping to have that finished pretty soon, and then I'm probably going to read Prelude to the Foundation next by Isaac Asimov, because I don't think I can put it off any longer. It's sitting back there, taunting me. It knows how much I want to read it. It's being sassy.